I got Scott Hayward here from Tupelo Music Hall, and as the event industry has been hit hard, Scott, like myself, has gone through a very, very fast roller coaster of kind of long-term growth and then immediate drop-off. And so you just came back from vacation, and you're kind of walking into all this. So what's happening?
Yeah, so I got on a plane, and 3 hours later, I got off the plane, and my industry was gone.
Wow. So what does that look like? Do you have shows this weekend that are canceled, shows further out?
We have shows this weekend. I don't know after that.
And you're not sure if some of these shows you may have to cancel because people won't come, or because the government's saying we can only do so many people in a gathering?
6 hours ago, we had shows because they weren't all canceled. And New Hampshire didn't declare an emergency. 5 hours ago, we had most of our shows because some were told they were going to get moved, and other states had declared emergencies. When I walked in here, I found out that evidently the entire country is under emergency, and I think I have a show tonight, but I don't even know anymore. As soon as we're done with this, I'm going to find out. It might be illegal to have a show for all I know.
So what do you do? You essentially have lost all of your income, right? There's no shows, there's no income. And what does that mean? You have to lay staff off, do you think? What?
The event industry is different than any other industry I can think of. We collect money for shows we have in the future, and the smart businessman holds on to that money.
As opposed to a non-smart would...
As opposed to...
use it for...
using it, but some people have to use it.
Okay.
You know, I mean, you have a good show and a bad show, and you know, we've been fortunate. We've made what I consider the right decisions. So, you know, that's okay. We're good there. But like, this has changed. I got in last night, and this has changed
in a day
20 times since I woke up this morning. We've had to change all of our systems, and we've been implementing systems throughout the day, but the second we change one system, it's almost obsolete. You know, we had our phone rang so much today that while we're on a phone call, we're getting 3 messages.
What are most people calling about? To get refunds, to ask if the show's still on?
They want to know if the show's on. They want to know if the show in June's on, if the show in July is on, if the show in August is on. Some people are calling us just trying to figure out how long we're going to be closed, to give them an idea of how long this is going to last. I mean, people are looking for anything to get an idea of how long this is going to last. We don't know. You know, we have contracts, and you know, one way to get out of a contract is a force majeure, but in New Hampshire, that was never going to happen.
Right.
The venues were trying to get the governor to declare an emergency so we could cancel shows, because there's no venue that's going to be able to refund all the tickets and pay the artists,
right,
and not have a show. But people don't understand that, and I don't expect them to understand that. You know?
But you have some thought of some possible solution to help you gain some time, right?
Yeah, I mean, so when we're done here, I'll find out what that last emergency thing is, and I'll figure out if we do have a show tonight. I know for a fact that we don't have shows past Sunday because I've been on the phone all day with people trying to find dates for all their shows. I know we're going to be closed, but I don't know for how long.
Right.
I know that people are canceling tours in May, and it's March.
Yeah. And without shows, you don't have any income.
No, I mean, we have a $30,000 a month mortgage, and our taxes are $1,000 a week. Like, we don't have income.
Right.
You know, but we also have to give deposits for the bands. So let's say that we open back up in June. We have to give deposits for all those bands. You know, it's always 50% down. So we're putting out all this money to stay in business when this is over, during a time when we're giving all our money away,
So
with no ticket sales. There won't be many ticket sales. I mean, we're going to do what we can. We still have a lot of shows that we've booked in the fall, and I'm hoping that we can sell a lot of those tickets, you know, get people to buy tickets after, I don't know, June, I don't know.
Right.
And
but you have to take the money from all the ticket sales and put a deposit down on these bands.
Right.
Right. So what happens when someone now calls for a refund?
When I say we don't have any information, we definitively don't have any information. We have emails and phone calls and texts from agents and managers who are furiously scrambling to salvage tours. It's in nobody's interest to lose a tour. The band doesn't get paid, the venue doesn't get paid, the managers don't get paid, the agents don't get paid, the bus drivers don't get paid, nobody gets paid. So everybody's working very hard to reschedule their tours. But keep in mind that our schedule was half booked all the way through the fall. There's only so many dates that you can put things on. So they can't send a band from Vermont to Maine to Florida to New Hampshire to Michigan to New Jersey. They lose all their money on the tour traveling around. So they've got to figure out a way to still make it work. And I don't envy one agent in this industry. I don't know how they're doing it, but they're working on it, and working on it too, because we want to save the shows, but we don't have information. We have the ability to contact people when we get that information, but I can't tell people, oh, your show is either going to be on this date or this date or this date or this date, you know.
Right.
And whether it be Tupelo Music Hall or any venue, whether it's a ticket for a ballet or a ticket for a rock concert, I think it's really important that people understand that the $68 that you spend for your tickets, if everybody has a knee-jerk reaction and says, I'll just get my money back, and venues are closed for 2 months, you're not going to have a place to go to. They're not going to exist anymore.
Yeah. And it's so expensive to rebuild, and so much effort. I mean, I don't know how we could bring back an industry from nothing after places like your venue, places like this studio.
You know, I mean,
can't exist. The amount of money and time and ability to build something like this and what you have, it takes a lot of time, and it's
15 years.
Yeah, yeah.
If you're lucky.
Yeah, 12 for me.
If you're lucky.
And if it's going to die this fast and go away this fast, it's going to take so long to rebuild everything. And it's scary because this is so many people's livelihoods.
Yeah.
So we're going to wrap up. I want to ask you one more thing, is just if there's anything ticket holders can do right now to help you, what would that be?
Well, people that go to Tupelo know that we don't heavily staff. You know, we have one person in the box office, myself and my wife. Those are the people that answer the phone at Tupelo Music Hall. And while we're trying to reschedule all of the shows that we're losing, which is probably a 70-hour a week job, we're also trying to answer questions as best we can, as fast as we can. What would help us, and I can speak for pretty much every other venue, are a few things. One is, you know, we will get to you. We will send you information. All the ticketing systems that all the venues have are capable of reaching out to everybody that has a ticket. Not everybody, but everybody that has a ticket. And I understand that nobody knows what's going on, and if just finding out what's happening to that friggin' show that you bought a ticket to next week. I understand that making you feel better, and at least you found something out. But honestly, we're not there yet. I wish we were. And when you do find out about your show getting rescheduled, you're going to have a few options, and it's going to be the same with any venue. You can either attend the new date, or wait for them to come up with a new date to attend. You can get a credit. You know, you're not going to be here during that time. Ask for credit.
So that would look like
money to put towards another show.
Yeah,
our system is
gift
not.
Card, then?
It could be a gift card. Our system, we can put a credit right on someone's account. So when they buy tickets, it'll automatically deduct it from their. So the next time you buy tickets, you get a credit. You can use your credit.
Yeah.
And the third thing you can do, obviously, is ask for a refund, which is definitely people's right to do. But I think people need to understand that $68 or $40 or $100 or whatever is going to help venues out a lot if you don't empty their bank account in the middle of a crisis that they're just trying to navigate. And you know, having patience, you know, just don't send us nasty emails. Don't talk poorly to our, you know, it's not a box office person's fault. They didn't spread the coronavirus. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
This is what we're dealing with.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think if people can just be civil about it and understanding about it, and if you trust us, which I think people do, understand, we'll let you know as soon as we know, once we know something. Right now, we don't know anything.
Yeah. It seems like the economic impact of the whole virus and the explosion of the hype behind the whole thing is really, it's the hype that has made this happen. And I feel like at this point, the only way to actually correct some of this is, unfortunately, the same way it started, which is the number of infected people has to go down so that the media starts covering that side of it and saying it's getting better.
Right.
And maybe at that point, events will start to reappear down the road. I'm going to end us here. And, you know, I really thank you for coming over. And this is really hard for both of us. And for all of you that, you know, have tickets with Tupelo or anywhere, really consider them getting a credit instead of asking for a refund, and being patient. He's got a lot of people that he has to talk to and answer questions. And like he said, there's not a lot of people staffed. So be understanding. This is a scary time for all of us. We all just lost all of our income. And I don't think any of us are losing any sort of hope, but it just is very, very fast, and it's very hard to comprehend. And this is not to say that we don't understand every other industry is impacted in some way, but I've never seen in one industry tank overnight completely and disappear. Thanks, Scott.